actually.
And then you could just ask me a question like, why weren't you live Sunday? You know what
Okay.
happened? Like,
Okay. All right. Rahul bat everyone. This is we are coming back again. Quick test and an introduction. We're expanding the platform now. We're moving to Discord. And we have Tabby Jet on the line with us, and
Rahul.
Rahul bat sister. And we're starting the Discord, and quick run through, have a couple questions, a couple sound tests and everything. Um, Quick one for you. How's it been, sis? And could you kind of explain what happened, why we weren't online Sunday?
Oh, okay, sure. Well, I have some work that I had to take care of. So I didn't want to because this Sunday coming up, we got a real important demon that we have to address. And there's some
Mm-hmm.
really important things that I have to explain to the family. And so I couldn't, just have all this stuff going on at one time. I'm a very organized person.
Mm-hmm.
I like things to go in order. I don't like to just rush and put it out there because people are waiting to hear. So the
Mm-hmm.
family, also the last update I did, the legal update, is circulating, and people need to listen to it over and over again,
Mm-hmm.
because it just seems like members of the tribe are under a spell,
Mm-hmm.
and they are under attack by witches. And since we're on that subject, let me address something really quick, because Bryn Pet Shepsis Amunet, aka Raquel Mixon, she
Mm-hmm.
came forth. First of all, she looked like a clown. She had some Egyptian, forgot what you call that, necklace around her neck, and she had her hair put up with her patar,
Mm-hmm.
which was crooked. She had a braid on, she looked crazy. First of all, we don't even dress like that. You know what I mean? She looked crazy. And she was, I guess, so calling herself, saying that she's a part of the Yamasi, whatever. And see, this is another thing that I'm gonna address Sunday coming up, because why is everybody branched off like this? You see? You got the Yamasee Native Americans, calling Baba Chief Maku Black Thunderbird. Then you have Mario Jessup with his All in All Ministries. Then you got the brother talking about he's with the interim government.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, so many different people that are branching out and separating it. And that's what causes separation. So if Rinpet Shepsis Amunet is not a witch, which she is a witch. She is a witch. I was around her for about 10 years. Okay, she used to come to my house and everything. She
Mm-hmm.
is a witch.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe she needed to come forth to try to make so that people would look at her in that light, And she said some things about her being she mentioned something about her being an Ansar. No, you wasn't an Ansar, okay? And Baba talked about people like that. They used to stay outside the gates of the community, but they never moved in. You understand? You never
Right.
lived in the community. You were never appointed by the master teacher to teach class or to do anything. She slept around with a lot of different brothers and a lot of married men in this tribe. You understand? And I'll
Mm-hmm.
bring that up on Sunday. I'm a name names,
Right.
because I
Right.
don't like to hide behind he say, she say, and gossip. When I speak about a person, it's the truth. It's my own personal experiences from being around them. She is a witch. There are witches in this tribe. And y'all need to wake up and stop letting these freaking people in your homes and stop following these people, because their job is to take you off the path of the Most High. Okay? And see, this is the problem, because the thing is this: the master teacher is incarcerated, but he gave us information to study and follow until he came home. So why is everybody branching off into these different groups? You
Right.
see, she posted something with the Yamasee flag and all that other stuff. That's not even in the back of our scrolls anymore.
Right.
Baba said our language is Sabbatia. We are Sabaeans. So why? And this happens all the time, because when Baba took us out of the Ansarullah community and told the sisters to take their veils off, they didn't want to take them off. And there was some that still branched off and was still living Al Islam. You
Right.
see? And then Baba told, then when we moved and we got on the land, and Baba said, take off the cowboy hat and the Indian stuff because we're in now. He need to do that so we can get on the land. People didn't want to let that go either. And then when Baba we went through the school of Christianity, and then Baba said people was confusing, like, why are we Christians? Like, why is Baba saying Jesus now? And the thing is, Baba is in the South. He's trying to attract the people that are attracted to the doctrine in the South. Instead of trusting the master teacher and following his lead, this is how you know who are witches, who are the whoremongers, who are what we called in the Ansarullah days the kafiruns among us, because they never do what was asked of the master. They don't. Baba said we're butler the wobbies. They are on some other crap, and they look like clowns. You can tell they don't walk with us because they look like they have on Halloween costumes. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's like, or they'll wear the garb just to pretend that they walk with us, but they don't. Because when I met Sia Amanadong, she was not in her garb. She started wearing the butler and the wobbies because she was in contact with me and she was around me. And a real teacher teaches by example, not by just running their mouth. You feel me?
Right.
So it's like people in this tribe that know me, sisters in this tribe that been in my house, they know I walk this, they know I live this, and they know that I know that they're witches. I didn't know then, but now I know now. She is a witch. She's a whore. Raquel Mixon, aka Rinpoche's Amunet, and she slept around with a lot of brothers. And like I said on Sunday, I'ma name them, okay?
Right.
Because I know the brothers that she was with. The brothers, some of them was married, okay? And she needs to, shut up and accept the fact that what she is, and know that when Baba's coming out, she's also one of them that's going to get dragged out this tribe. They're not going to be in this tribe because we have to represent as women, we have to represent for our children. For the younger Yamartats and Yamars that's going to come up, we have to respect ourselves in a certain kind of way because we hold a mitochondria DNA. So me as a woman and a sister in this tribe, like the master teacher said, shut them down and speak the truth. That's what I'm about, and that's what I'm gonna do.
Right. Right. Well said, sister. Well said. Well said.
They all branched out. Look at them. They all branched out doing something else. You got brothers like the brothers from New Jersey. They're teaching in class. They're teaching from the out formation. Why y'all not just setting up classes where y'all have brothers and sisters or a male and a female couples that is just teaching the out formation? Why y'all not doing that? Setting up bookstores and teaching class. Why y'all setting all these segregated organizations and these little cliques and these groups where so and so got this group, so and so that got that group, so and so that. That's why I'm not a part of none of that. You don't see me
Right.
linked up with none of that. And a sister asked me a few days ago, do I have a website? No, I'm not setting up no website. Okay, I'm not doing anything that's not ordained by the master teacher. I'm not his administration. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
I'm not about to do that. I'm I'm
Right.
I'm working on legal and I'm staying in my all I need is the support. I'm not starting no website. I'm not putting my face up there with Baba face and acting like I'm some leader. Cause guess what? if a fireball fell out the sky, I wouldn't know where to go, where to tell y'all to go, what to do. I'm not in contact with the extraterrestrials on that level. I wasn't sent to the tribe to lead anybody to do anything. I was given a job and a responsibility, and there are so many others in this tribe that were given responsibilities to help so that Baba could come home, and that's it. It's like you give a nigga a rope, they want to be a cowboy. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? That's just how it is. Instead of holding on to the rope of the master teacher and following his lead and staying humble and studying and walking, everybody want to be in charge, and that's the problem.
Right. Right.
Baba, they said Baba made Janet the three feather whatever. Then go ahead and be the three feather whatever. But I'm not following you.
Right.
I'm not following you and no freaking mortal and no idiot in this freaking tribe that's walking around here. First of all, I don't know how you live. I ain't been in your home. I know for a fact you're a witch. You understand? Janet Goins. I know she's a freaking witch, and I know they're all witches. And why would I want to be around women that cast spells and do them type of things
Right.
when the book of Malachi talks out against witchcraft and witches? Malachi does not like witches. And
Right.
that is a fact.
Right, right.
So you know the old saying my mother used to say. I want to say his last thing too.
hmm
My mother used to always say, "Show me your company, and I will tell you who you are."
true, true.
Show me your company, and I will tell you who you are. Okay? Because if you don't smoke weed and you hanging around a bunch of potheads, what are you hanging out around with them for? That means you smoke it too.
Exactly. Birds of a
You
feather.
understand? Exactly. So it's like you got people in this tribe that are not walking right, and they're comfortable, and they're turning our sacred affirmation into something that they want it to be.
Right.
They want to be able to do these things and walk around here. But see, we got a rule book now. We got a big, thick rule book. And when Baba come home and we get on our land, Baba's setting up a beehive. I don't know if you know about this. Baba's setting up a beehive. And depending on the rules that you break, because you ain't gonna just niggas think it's gonna be like it was on the land or like no. You break the rules, there are penalties, repercussions. You will go to jail. You will get sanctioned. You will get fines. You will be whiteball. Oh, it's gonna be a whole nother ball game. I
Right.
don't know where these people think they're going with this attitude with what they're doing. Sleeping around with all these brothers calling yourself gods. Y'all are messing up and desecrating our tribe. And then the thing is this, y'all and sisters, as women and men, see people in the tribe behaving a certain kind of way. Why isn't anybody saying anything? Why? Because the people on top are corrupt.
Right, right.
See, they're big clicker. They're big clicker niggas. That's what they are. And this is
Right.
going to stop. And I'm going to shut it down. And people can take the information that I give them and say whatever. But this is the reason. It's stuff like this is holding us up and keeping Baba in there. So this has to happen, and they have to be exposed. You understand? And you're going to see it's going to work like magic. It's going to work like magic
Wow.
because that's how you trap the devil with the truth. You trap
Right.
him with the truth. They cannot touch it. It burns them. They cannot touch it. Look at all the stuff I said about Deuce. Why he has yet to come and say, I did not do that to those little girls. I did not do that to them. He won't say anything. You know why? Because it's true. But like I
Right.
said, I'm
Right.
saving that for Sunday. So
Right.
everybody needs to definitely tune in this Sunday because I got a fire for the fire children.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? I
Yes,
got a
ma'am.
fire to set their ass on fire.
Okay. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. So we were doing a little bit of research.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it was just something that we talked about. Rahubat fam. It was just
Bravo
some
back to me.
right. So it was just something that we've been talking about for the last 20 years that pertains to the letter of intent to petition that the master teacher put in back in 1999. And if the brother will put it up on the screen, there's you got to go through the Department of the Interior, right, under the BIA, and you'll see back in 1999, and the date should be on the screen, where the letter of intent to petition for federal acknowledgement was placed. Was placed, right? So on the back of the books, you see retained sovereign, right? 208/1999. Okay, what the retained sovereign thing means nothing because within the Bureau of Indian Affairs, they have a federal acknowledgement, which means you are acknowledged as a Indian tribe, and then you can receive all of the benefits up under the federal government. What it is you become, when you're a Native American tribe, right, and you're acknowledged by the federal government, now you have a government to government relationship with the United States government, but all of that falls under the U.S. Congress. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. So there's no sovereignty, there is federal acknowledgement, and then the Native American tribe would receive benefits and they can act somewhat like the way a state acts, like Texas or California, right? So this was on the back of all the books. So why was that important? To the letter of intent to petition for federal acknowledgement that the master teacher placed back in 1999. It was important because people like Latif and the Mount Arafat Embassy clan came along with this fake blueback this fake blueback. What was it called? The blueback.
CEO contract.
The blueback contract, and they talked about they had this UNC 215/1993, right? But when you do research, you'll find out there is no UNC 215/1993. What it is it was a number they applied for a grant, and so that was the grant number for when they applied. That's all that had to do with. They ran with it, put this fake documentation in, and messed the master teacher's case up. And then they've been running crazy ever since. They've been doing what is referred to as paper terrorism, even to the point where the brother Lateef and his organization, the Department of Justice, went after them because they were saying they was promoting a tax scheme, right? But they went after them civilly. And then they was involved with this group of people out of Texas that were all federally prosecuted. And I sent you the information. These people were federally prosecuted for they was running like a citizenship scheme where they was having foreign national, like Mexicans and other people that was that were, what's the word I'm trying to use? They're trying to come over here. They're immigrants. They were telling them that they can become a citizen of their tribe, and then if they do that, and had them paying to say they would be in the country legally. Well, even though the articles talked about groups coming out of South Carolina and out of Philadelphia and I think it was Nevada, and there are pictures of Lateef and the brother Tavis Saunders with the people that were prosecuted. Pictures with them with it. They were using all of their information and everything, and yet they were never prosecuted, meaning Derek Saunders or Lateef and all of those are part of the Yamasee Native American government. They were never prosecuted, but these 3 Mexicans were prosecuted, and one of them even had a plea agreement with the United States federal government. So why did they get these 3 people, but they didn't go after Lateef and Sekou Gentle and all these guys that was promoting this fraud? You know, this was an immigration fraud that they was doing.
Why didn't they lock? So why was those 2 other people?
3.
Because I read the article you
Right.
sent me. Why didn't they go to jail? Why wasn't they arrested?
They did They did go to 2 of them did go to jail. One was named Humberto, right? I think his name was Humberto Reveles, and then there was another sister. I think her name was Isabella. And then there's another one, Al, with the last name Almeida. I could pull the information up and we'll provide it. But the point was, they did go to jail. They served time. The first 2 people served time, and the second person was negotiated a plea agreement with the federal government. But they went after them. They had all the insignia up of the Mount Arafat Embassy clan. They had them dead to rights, but they never went after them. Just like with the tax scheme, when they promoted the tax scheme, they didn't go after them criminally. You see what I'm saying? When they went in and messed up the master teacher's case, like there's audio that we have that we'll put up where the master teacher said that all that stuff they was doing was fake and phony, because I sent it to you. You heard it. Well, he said all that stuff they was doing was fake and phony.
It just had a lot of music in the background.
Right.
And I couldn't hear Baba's voice.
Yeah.
And I want to say this real quick because I just don't want to forget this. And I want to make this clear to the family. Baba said, and this came from the master teacher, that all of the Moors are in jail. He said they're all locked up. He said that UCC stuff does not work. Forget about it. Okay? All that, you are sovereign and all that other stuff. Baba said all the Moors are in jail. They call them the Moorish brothers.
That's right.
He said do not use that tactic on his case.
Right.
He doesn't want any of that stuff. He said it's garbage and it's trash. And to show us that if someone comes up with an idea saying that you're sovereign, saying that this, he said, tell them to show you where they have used that method and it has worked.
Right.
He said, tell them to show you where, look, I did this, I did that, and so was facing time, or a similar case with Bibles where they got out of jail. He said, tell them to show you that.
Right.
So that's why all that UCC stuff, I stay away from it. And because the brothers, Den Tutray and Charles Arol, known as Den Tutray, and Amir, those brothers that's over there in Liberia, they're fake too. We'll
That's
talk
right.
about them another time.
Right.
But they was the ones that was trying to get me back in 2009 when I was typing up the stuff and putting everything together on all the violations of the judge. They were trying to get me to involved with that. And so, of
Mm-hmm.
course, before I did anything, I sent it to Baba and wrote him and sent my letter express so he can get it right away. Or if they were going up on a visit, I would send a message through the visit. And then Baba wrote me, and then they also told me, and they said, oh, Baba said there's a letter on the way, but he said all the Moors are in jail.
That's right.
All the more, and it was an announcement made. So I don't understand why these hard-headed niggas keep
Black
on
devils.
digging in the U.S. right,
Because they're
in the
black devils.
UCC
Because
stuff,
they're working with the
right? So
federal
it's like,
government.
come on,
Mhm.
you're talking all that UCC crap.
Right.
I'm so tired of them talking that
And
crap.
see, that's the
Like, come
tactic
on,
that's
man, that's not for us.
right. And see, that's the tactic that they're using to keep the master teacher in Florence Admax. That's the same tactic that Dus will use when he had the prison lockdown when he went up there that time. This is what
Right.
Latifah and them did to mess the master teacher's case up all the way back in 2000 and what was that, 2003, 2002.
So,
They do the
so
same.
help me understand, how
Right.
did Abdul Latif mess up Baba's case? Can you repeat that again?
He
Because
messed
I didn't.
he
I
met
wonder.
he messed up his case because when the master teacher pulled his plea agreement, Latifah and them were the ones that came in with all of that fake blue back contract, sovereign citizen, Washita D. Doug Mounia crap. All the documents that they handed into the court were fake. The blueback contract was fake. They said they had a UNC number 215/1993. Then they said that they had the federal government had to turn the master teacher over into their custody, and they had this government, and they were sovereign, and all that stuff. And they started running around doing that. And then that precipitated people going out there and doing all type of crazy stuff in the name of the Yemisi, right? So now you have people out there putting liens on houses and putting liens on federal officials and all this stuff. And that stuff designated, and that was planned, but that stuff was allowed the people that was working against the master teacher to designate the organization as paper terrorists. You see what I'm saying? See, they do stuff. It's like the master teacher said, all of us will be running and one person to trip and fall, right? Why are you doing things, right, that you have not vetted thoroughly and made sure that you're following the proper process before you hand it in or before you attach the master teacher's name to it? The whole sovereign citizen movement, that is considered a terrorist movement. And the Washita D. Doug Mounia, which Empress Verdiasi, she spearheaded that. Those people got in a lot of trouble. And then they signed a treaty of peace and friendship with the Republic of Texas, which was a white supremacist group. And the people don't know about the Republic of Texas. People don't go online to look at when the brother Latif, he forms this government and then he's appointing people, and you got to go on Google and look at who these weird people he's appointing into these different positions and stuff. And then what they always do, they sit there and say they're Yemisi, but then they attach Sabaean. They attach Miss Batia, our language, to it. They attach our signs, our symbols. And the master teacher said, if you could do that stuff, that's your business, but stop using our stuff. Stop pulling us into your devilishment. But they're doing it on purpose to keep the master teacher locked up, to keep him in that Florence Admax. That's the purpose of it. And you see it starting to spring back forth again. There was a sister yesterday I saw that she was talking about how Derek Sanders got land in, I don't know if she said Arizona or Nevada. She might have said it was either Arizona or Nevada, but she was saying he has land and they trying to do some type of solar power thing on the land, and looking for and asking the clan mother for help. Right now, the clan mother didn't respond to that I saw, but it's just the point of them always trying to tie themselves back into Pop Case. If you want to tie yourself back in and help out with Pop Case, then drop all that bullshit that you're doing and come up under the Patarak and everything that the master teacher has been. She was saying he has land and hey, there's some type of that the master teacher has been trying to, that he's given us a way. We don't need people going out and doing their own thing. For instance, They sit here and say that they're retained sovereign, and they say they're using 208/1999, which is only a letter of intent to petition, right? That's all it was. Nowadays, you don't even need a letter of
Okay, when
intent.
you say, I just need to ask you a question.
Yes.
When you say that that's only a letter of intent for
Right.
petition,
Right.
what is that?
A letter of intent to petition means that they're informing the federal government that they intend to petition for federal acknowledgement as a Native American or Indian tribe. And then
Okay,
you would
and they're saying, okay,
right.
I understand.
So, and that's a long process, but once you do that, then you would, and I think the brother has it up. He's putting it up right now on the screen. So once you do that, then you become an acknowledged or recognized tribe. Now you're able to have a government to government relationship with the United States of America. It doesn't make you sovereign. It makes you what they call quasi-sovereign. They are what's referred to as domestic dependent nations, meaning that they can negotiate with the United States federal government, right? But everybody that's a citizen of that tribe is they're a dual citizen. They're a citizen of that tribe, but they're also still an American citizen. So you go out there and commit a crime as part of the tribe, the federal government, the FBI can still come and get you. So that's another lie that they told. Oh, well, the master teacher is no longer in their jurisdiction. There's no Native American tribe, right, that's under the Bureau of Indian Affairs and the Department of the Interior where the chief of that tribe could just do what he wants. If he breaks the law, the federal government will come and get him because they still fall under the United States Congress. And I'm saying this to say this was a game and a trick that was played on us as a people, right? To pull us off the path and to put the tribe in a bad light, which is something that the master teacher said. So you got all these people, they always pushing this Yamasee stuff, Yamasee this, Yamasee that. But why aren't they pushing Patarak? Why aren't they pushing the language? Right? Why? Right? They always. It's like it would be like us going back. You know we're in Wu Sabat, right? Was Musbatu, but you want to keep going back to Ansar. You keep wearing an Ansar cloak. You follow what I'm saying? You still walk in that school. We're not where we have been Ansar in our walk through on this long walk on a short path, but that was a school that we walked through and passed through as we are vibrating to a different frequency, a different level. That has to do with our nutational rate, right? We're not supposed to be vibrating on these lower levels anymore. So that's why he had to walk us through Islam, walk us through Christianity, walk us through Judaism, Mosesism, or Mohammedism, Mosesism, and Christism. That's what the schools was about. Then, when we came down to the South, we put on cowboy clothes for a reason. You see what I'm saying? And then when we do something, the master teacher's he's going to submerge us in that knowledge. So we went through. If we start asking questions about the Moorish school, he's going to put us in the Moorish school, right? Excuse me for 1 second.
I'm not trying to move backwards. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to hear no more about all this Native American stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If you read our doctrine, our new affirmation, Bob is not covering any of that in our new affirmation.
Right. There's
He's
people
not
are being
talking about that. He said we're going to Africa.
That's right.
But you know what Baba told me though?
Mm-hmm.
He told me this.
Mm-hmm.
He said a lot of members of this tribe are upset with him.
Mm-hmm.
Right? He said because they don't want to go to Africa. So that's why they're staying in those schools.
Right.
That's they want to be Indians because then that ties them to the United States.
Right.
It keeps them here. And they don't want to leave and go back to Afafra and Ka'a.
That's right.
So, that's on them. I'm following the master teacher, whatever he said.
Right. And see,
Bob's talking about Africa.
That's
You
right.
don't hear him talking about no sovereignty, no native land here. And he said, yeah, we're going to get our land back.
Mm-hmm.
He said they're going to have to get back everything that they took. Because of how they arrested Baba and how everything that they did was illegal.
That's right.
He said but he ain't say in none of our doctrine. And if I'm lying, because I may be wrong, but I'm not lying. But I know what Baba told me.
That's right.
I know what he said to me and what he's been saying to me from the time we were in the same facilities together. He said when this is over, the tribe is moving to Liberia. That is what he said.
That's right.
He has not changed his thought. He has not said, oh, we going here, we going here. He said, when this is over, the family, that's how he said it, is moving to Liberia.
That's right.
So I understand sometimes some people want to use that serving, the Native American. They want to go that route because of the land that was taken from us and this,
Right.
this, and that. But I'm going to tell you what Baba told me because the brothers, like I said, they introduced me to that UCC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Baba said that it's garbage. He
Right.
said, leave it alone.
Right.
It's a waste of time. And all the Moors are in here with me.
Right. And
He
they
said
don't.
they call them the Moorish
And
brothers.
people don't do
Hmm.
enough research to even understand what UCC is. UCC is Uniform Commercial Code. It's the Uniform Commercial Code, and it is not law. It is a set of directives. It's like a guidance to try to make the commercial transactions across the 50 states uniform. So states can adopt the Uniform Commercial Code or not. It has nothing to do with criminal law. And here's the thing. If people keep saying they use 208/1999, which is a letter of intent to petition to justify what they're doing, right? And then they say they're the interim government or they're the embassy government, whatever they're saying, right? So here's the thing. If what you're saying is true, then why didn't you, if you're using that letter of intent, which what legitimizes that is that it's on the website for the Bureau of Indian Affairs, meaning it was submitted to the Bureau of Indian Affairs, then why aren't you following the whole process? Why don't you go step by step through the whole process? Why aren't these Yemisi mastering what's on the Bureau of Indian Affairs website and following the procedure that it outlines? Instead, they use that number, but then they out there doing all this UCC and all this bullshit, right? And they're not understanding that they're messing up, but you're attaching Yemisi to it, right? And then you're using our language, you're using all of our stuff. So then that automatically, you know that there are invisible or adverse forces out there that want to use what you're doing to work against the master teacher. But see, these people, a lot of these people, they get contacted by different federal officials, right? That don't have any good intentions for us as a tribe. And what these federal officials do is they trip people up, because this is what, when the master teacher talked about the black devils that infiltrated the Black Panther Party and the Nation of Islam, they infiltrate into the groups, and then they have the group members stumbling into committing crimes, right? And that's what I'm saying, why people have to watch for stuff like that. These are black devils that are in our tribe. When people start kicking that Yemisi nonsense, there are two types. There are people that know that this stuff is garbage, and these are black devils that are leading you down. They're going to have you left in the desert that we're trying to cross. You're going to fall behind, and we will not be able to look back and help you because this stuff is happening fast. And then there's people that don't know any better, right? That they're under a spell, and we have to educate our family on the dangers of this Native American UCC sovereign citizens crap that they're doing, even if they want to call it retained sovereign. I challenge anyone to show me retained sovereign. Show me retained sovereign because you're using 208/1999, right? The letter of intent that was filed with the Bureau of Indian Affairs. So show me on the website for the Bureau of Indian Affairs, show me anywhere in the federal government where it talks about retained sovereign. Show it to us. You can't. What you're doing is you're charging people to be part of this fake government that's going to mess up the master teacher's case if we allow it to. You're charging them, so you're making money off of this, and you're misguiding the souls. They are misguiding souls with this fake, fraudulent. What I don't understand is you already have been given the Patarak. You've already been given everything. We've been given everything we need. Why do people keep deviating outside of what's prescribed, what's given?
You know what it is? Baba said that one thing about a black devil is that they cannot conform to the truth, and that they will always try to do things their way.
Right.
They'll create a way to do something another way, and not the way that was ordained and that was given to them.
Right.
So that's what it is. So my thing is, I look at it like this sometimes. Some people don't know, and so because what they don't know can hurt them, and they don't know, and that's why I do what I do and say what I say and let everybody know who's responsible for Baba being incarcerated.
That's right.
Most of the people that I'm talking about, all those people that I'm talking about are responsible for Baba being incarcerated because they're in our tribe pretending that they walk with us, but they're really here subtly causing confusion,
Right.
bringing about separation. And, like that song I said, Dennis Brown. He said they're trying to kill the sheep and the shepherd, not
Mm,
just the shepherd.
right.
They're trying to kill the sheep and the shepherd.
Right.
So it's like some of us belong here, and
Mm-hmm.
some of us are going to reign with the master when he comes home. And
Right.
there's some people that won't, and the people that are not going to reign with Baba. Oh, trust me, they look at the people that they know that
Mm-hmm.
got that gift or got that
Mm-hmm.
special, you know,
Mm-hmm.
ordained and blessed and chosen ones, and,
Mm-hmm.
they're out to destroy you. They
Mm-hmm.
don't care. They'll make you feel like, you're not a part of oh please, Bob ain't think they try to make it seem like they're so important.
Mm-hmm.
They're in charge. They're
Mm-hmm.
doing this. Oh, I'm in charge of this. I'm in charge of that. I'm doing this because without that, they know who and what they are.
Right.
They wake up in the morning, they feel like crap. So now
Right.
they gotta create a situation to make them feel like they're important, and
Mm-hmm.
that that they're God's special little creature, and somebody placed them in a position in his tribe.
Right. Yep. You're right.
It's sad.
You're right.
And
You're
I don't follow them. I already know what that is because
right.
I studied the Black Devil book. I
Right.
read it so many times, and it was like, and they said the Black Devils, they always trying to get a position. They always trying to be in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Baba said, once they get up
Mm-hmm.
and they get that position, that's when they start their iniquities.
Mm-hmm.
Once they get that position, then they
Mm-hmm.
start their iniquities. That's when they
That's
start
right.
their crap. Just like what Duswa did, how he got that position
Mm-hmm.
of the Native American thing, coming standing in front of everybody
Right.
with that
That
with
fake
that Native
information.
American jacket
Mm-hmm.
on, that fake crap. They're getting it. They get themselves up in a position, and then that's when they start.
He was pushing,
that's
and
when
he
they
was
start their
pushing,
crap.
right? He was pushing that same exact information that Latif and Mount Arafat Embassy Clan was pushing. He even had he was using the exact same flyers, We the People and all that stuff. That stuff was garbage. And here's the thing that's so sad. The
Okay.
people that was all behind pushing that stuff are not even around anymore. All of those people
Right.
during that
They do
time
their
to
dirt
push,
and then they
and then
leave.
they're
Yeah.
gone. That's why I said,
Mhm.
where are they now? They're gone. And every time we defeat them by raising our mental capacity, right? Because once you raise the mental capacity in the mind, right, then these disagreeable forces have nothing to feed off of. But every time we beat them and we defeat them, and the master privileges come back, here they come again with this. They come back
Right.
around with that same
Mhm.
Yemisi. They're doing the same playbook. It's the same thing. And what I say is, if you are going to use
And
BIA,
I also want to. I
mhm.
forgot. I wanted to thank the family in
Right.
London because
Right.
they were the reasons why they were the ones who supported me,
Right.
and that's how that was able to happen. Where Baba got his privileges back.
Right.
They
Right.
did
That's
that.
right.
The family in London helped me.
They,
Yeah,
and
thank y'all.
that's
If
right.
y'all are listening.
That's right.
Tawakum Yasar from London.
Right.
So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
things happen for whatever reason, and I'm embarking on another journey, and
Mm-hmm.
things are gonna happen very positively,
Right.
and I'm working hard, and I'm gonna continue. I'm not stopping until he
Right.
come out because the devils, they don't stop. They
Right.
they day and night, night and day. Them niggas is doing stuff to
Right.
prevent this from happening,
Right.
and it's even little mediocre. Like people that you don't even think that's into that's pretending that they with us and they not.
Right.
But like Baba
That's right.
said, how do you know who the Black Devils are? He
Mhm.
said they cannot conform to the truth.
That's
They
right.
always have to do things their
Their own
way.
way.
They
That's right.
always sneaking around, doing something, violating, and not walking right. That's
That's
how you
right.
know who they are. And they stick out. See me, I see them. I see
Mhm.
them. But I'm gonna save a lot of information that I have to tell the family for Sunday, this
right.
coming up Sunday.
Exactly, both of
Yeah.
us, right? But the only thing I'm gonna say, we leave it at this. I'm just because this is very important. This Yemisi thing, that they're coming back with this stuff, and all this clan mother stuff, and all of it is all tied. All this confusion in the tribe, if you pay close attention, is tied into this whole Yemisi thing and who's in what position, and was the interim government real, and 208, and all this. None of it has anything to do with the doctrine, what's in the books, the
Right,
current
nothing.
doctrine, the
I
current
know.
the current direction that we're moving in. It's all ego. It's all games that people are playing. I'm the tribal this. I'm the clan mother over here. Look, that stuff doesn't affect me because I have nothing to do with the whole Yemisi thing. Something else the master
Yeah, I ain't
teacher
a part
talked
of none
about.
of that.
He said
And
all
I'm
of us are
a
not
fan of
Yemisi.
nothing.
Right.
I'm
All of
not a
us are not.
clan of nothing because in L's Holy and Jew
Hmm.
Revelation, Bible talk about the royal clan. It's a
Hmm.
coven of witches.
That's
I'm not a
right.
part of no clan.
That's right.
I'm not a part of none of that.
That's right.
No Ku Klux Klan,
Right.
no Celtic clan, no Celtic clan, and no
Hmm.
clan mother.
That's
Okay,
right.
I ain't a part of none of that.
And to them, and I say, if that's what you want to do, to you be your judgment, to y'all be your
Yeah,
judgment,
this
to us
my
be
life.
ours.
Yeah,
You do that. If you
no,
want to do that, clan mother and Yemisi and interim governments and Derek
Hey,
Saunders and all, do it. But I ask, only thing I say,
I'm gonna tell you this
mm-hmm,
much though. I
mm-hmm,
got everybody name and
mm-hmm.
all the people that's following
Right,
everybody.
right,
I got all their names. When Baba come out,
right.
don't try to jump ship of horses.
That's
It's
right.
not
That's
happening.
right.
It's
I
not
mean,
happening.
all
I
people
got
have to
all their
do,
names.
right. All people
Stay
got to
with,
do,
stay following them niggas that y'all was
right,
following.
right.
Don't wait till Baba come out, and all of a sudden when Baba's home, you running, trying to be acting like you was following him all
But
along
that's the
when you was
thing.
a
But you know
part of these
what?
evil niggas in this tribe.
But Tabby Jack, you
No.
know what's so funny about that? If everybody would
Mm-hmm.
stop trying to follow people and just follow the books, there's plenty of books and doctrine and information. It's too much for us to learn and study. It's when people start to following this person and following that person, that's how they fall behind. That's
Their world is
mhm.
falling though. Did
That's
you
right.
see in
Hmm.
Detroit?
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
they was gonna stomp down that pastor who was living in a mansion and had all this these luxuries
Right.
from the church. Man, people waking up,
They're
man.
waking up.
People waking up. I
They're
don't know
waking
what's
up.
wrong with members of this tribe,
Right.
why they feel like they need to follow other
It's
people.
the
You know what
ego.
I'm saying? I mean,
Hmm.
the thing is this,
Hmm.
nobody's following me. I'm asking for support to do my legal work.
Right.
I'm
That's
not
right.
setting up nothing to try to gain
That's
followers.
right.
Trust me, you follow me, you're not going anywhere.
That's right.
Cause
That's
I don't know where to
didn't I
tell you.
say that same
I
thing?
don't know
Right.
where to tell you to
Hmm.
go.
Right.
Look, I wouldn't know where to take anybody
That's
or
right.
tell anybody to go anywhere. I am not the master teacher.
That's
I
right.
am not trying to be
That's
Melchizedek.
right. That right.
Okay?
That's right. That's right. And we go right.
Baba's the master, and man, look,
And that's it.
I've seen
Hmm.
Baba work miracles
That's right.
from in there.
That's right.
I am not. Look, Baba say he's coming home to
Hmm.
turn us back into God,
That's
and
right.
that is what I'm doing. I'm waiting for him to come home to turn us back into God, but he can't come home if we're not doing the work to bring him out.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing.
And this
I'm
what
working on him
that's
coming
right.
out. I just want to make that clear.
Right.
Okay?
And the
I don't need nobody following me. I'm giving y'all information. Baba said read Psalm 71 7 times for him. He said to make a copy of the proclamation,
right.
to put it in your home and to read it and memorize it.
That's right.
So that way we could see who the people, oh, look at those who cheat, yet they still claim to be one of us.
Right.
But why is Baba saying that?
Right.
Look at those who cheat, yet they still claim to be one of us, one of our loyal populace.
That's right. That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's
Yep.
like, why would the master teacher say that if we didn't have fake people in our tribe
That's
claiming
right.
to be one of us when they're not?
Right. Trying
You know,
to
I am a
hoodwink us.
student of the master
Hmm.
as well, just
Mhm.
like all of you are.
That's right.
Y'all have to fast on the first of the 3 days of the month
That's right.
where we drink liquids. So am I.
That's right.
Y'all have to, and is it easy? Of course it's not.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? We got another 7-day liquid fast coming up for the summer solstice.
Right.
I have to strive and fast to do that too.
That's right.
Baba says to chant at 9, 3, 9, and 3 in the morning. If you
That's
up at
right.
3, I'm doing that too. Look, I am a student. Okay,
That's right.
I'm doing all that Baba asked us to do. I'm following the master.
That's right.
And the only way you're going to be able to follow him with your mind, body, and soul is to trust him.
That's right.
And that's what he said. He said, you all will receive great blessings for trusting me.
That's right.
He says that, I forgot which parts of the ark that's in.
Mhm.
He says that he wanted to, he said it's in there that he thanks us all for trusting him.
That's right.
So I just want to make that clear. I'm not assigned to do anything other than to work on the master teacher and get him out of there and expose the people that are trying to keep him
That's
in.
right.
Okay?
That's right. That's
That's
right.
what I'm legal. That's what
right.
I'm on legal.
That's right.
All that other stuff, I'm not a part of no Yamasi. I'm not a part of no clubhouse. I'm not a part of no freaking
Right.
what's that other one?
Lodges
Telegram.
and lodges and
I'm
shrines.
I'm on the Telegram with Amunuma
Right.
speaking Sabathia. That's it.
Right.
Okay. And I don't even have time to do that because I got so much stuff to do. Baba said, do y'all realize do we realize how lucky we are
Mm-hmm.
that we got this information? You see, y'all better see what People are confused. They call in the bureau Neberu.
Right.
They don't even know what it's called. They
That's
don't
right.
even know what that is.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And the math teacher taught us that. So those of us that were called and blessed and chosen,
Right.
don't let these devils in this tribe take you off the path, because trust me, we have a beautiful and wonderful future ahead of us, and the math teacher will be home. Don't let these niggas drag you down with them, because they're not going with the master.
That's
He's
right.
not, he watched them all for years.
That's right.
Okay? And he calls them Gentiles. He says, we do not eat with Gentiles.
That's right.
Y'all be careful. Okay? And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna set the record straight. And like I said, I should have left a message. I will be on Sunday. I will
Right.
send the flyer out tomorrow.
Right. And we want everybody to if you want to participate in the next call in that she does on Sunday, to join the Discord channel, and you'll be able, we have a voice chat where you'll be able to call in and ask questions. And so we're putting it up on the screen. We'll put the link to it in the description box of this live video once we get off. I wanted to put it in the chat, but I can't get to the chat over there right now. But that's really it.
Sunday, you said that's going to be there where they'll be able to you'll send a link in and they'll be able to click on it and ask questions.
Yes. Yes. And matter of fact,
good.
Sakeem.
Yes, sir.
You're on Discord right now, right?
Yes, sir.
And we just want to make sure. You see how clear he's coming through, Tabby Jet?
Yes.
He helped us put this together. So this is a brother that's diligently studying right now. Just start studying. So, but the thing is that we just wanted to make sure that you can hear him. So this is how everybody will sound and that sounds perfect, right? It's better than that Clubhouse
so
last week.
So why we test it now and see
should be
whoever's
crystal.
listening now if they could call in.
But they have to join the Discord. They got to join the Discord. He's already on the Discord. That he did call in, Sakeem. That's what he called in.
But ask someone else that.
Yeah, they can, but they have to. That's why But I'm saying that's why we're doing a video. So we're announcing it so that they can join the Discord, and then we'll do another test. You see what I'm saying? So then they'll call in. If somebody already has joined, then they can go to the voice chat function that you should see on the screen, and then you can
just tell them to join. Let whoever's on now.
Right.
Can somebody please join the Discord and
Right.
point to the arrow like you just did and tell them to join the Discord, so that way we can test the call now.
Right.
So that way Sunday there won't be any interruption.
Right. Got you. So, like I said, we already did that, but we'll have somebody else call in because we already have one person on
the
there.
outside.
Right, but that's if we can get the link up in time for them to do that, then it'll happen. Then they'll do it.
Oh, I thought y'all put the link already.
That's what I was just saying. I can't get to it. I said once this video goes down, we'll put the link up, and then they can join, and then we could just we've already tested. We can already see that it's working, but we'll do another test. Yeah, I've already tested
you
it.
saying, okay, so you saying that the people that are listening now, they would have to join Discord. So
join the Discord.
Where's the Discord at?
The Discord they download the app called Discord, right? And then they just create a username, and then they just find and I'm gonna send you the link, and then you can send the link out to everybody.
I'll put the link on the video.
No, it's not gonna be. Trust me, it's simple. It's real simple.
I know, but I said, look.
Tab,
you got the list of the people
let me put it this
subscribe
way.
to your channel. You can send it to all of them.
Right.
Look, I'm telling you, I got a lot of stuff to get done.
Tabby Jet, that's what I'm telling you. We got it. You good. We got it. Don't worry about that
all
part.
right, yeah. Don't give me no more.
Don't.
I got too much on my plate right
We
now.
got you. We got you. That's what I'm telling you. We already tested it. The person that you're talking to now on the other line, he's already called in. So we already know it's clear. And others will be able to call in. So we're good. And this broadcast was simply so that we could come on and announce to people that we have a Discord. We're going to put the link to the Discord in the description box so that when we do the next call, you will be able to be a part of the voice chat and ask questions and participate. So that's the whole purpose of this live. Okay? And we talked about a lot of stuff, but we were testing things out while we were doing it. Okay? So for now, that's it, right? That was a good one. All right. Thank you for taking the time to kind of do this spontaneous one so we could test the Discord out. We appreciate you.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right.
And we could just go live any other time after that. Y'all could just go live and because people
Yep.
leave questions from what you said
Right.
with the about Latif.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure a lot of people because it's a lot of members of our tribe.
I
I don't,
did want to make
you
this
know.
point. I did want to make this point that goes into what you're talking about. The point, the thing the master teacher said was, when as we're crossing these hot burning sands, he said, if people fall behind, we can't look back. And he said, if they fall off, they're gone forever, never to return, lost in the blinding light. So he said, the thing is for people not to fall behind, because if you fall behind, we can't look back. So when there's new people coming in and they have sincere questions, right? Then we'll answer them. We'll answer their questions. But when there's people coming in and they're involved in something they know they shouldn't have been involved in, or it's ego and they want to argue and fuss and they want us to go back over stuff and go back and forth, we're not doing that because it's a waste of time. We're not gonna.
Yeah.
We're
Well,
gonna.
not on my time anyway. 'Cause
Right.
I don't have time for I'm doing this to
Right.
to shut down to let everybody
Right.
know why Bob has been in there so long
Right.
and who were the
Right.
people responsible for his
That's
incarceration.
right.
That's what I'm doing,
And,
and it is legal
Right.
because this is legal.
That's right.
They'll try to say, "Oh, Sheriff Stills and Royals, yeah, they were a part of it too." But y'all niggas is the ones that put Baba on the Ark cross. Y'all
That's
hung
right.
him on the cross.
That's
You
right.
understand? And we're gonna take him down. And
That's
he's coming
right.
home.
And that's the
Yeah.
point. So that's the point. That's why it's called a step ahead of the sun. Because the point is that we have to stay a little bit ahead of the sun, and we can't look back. So we're putting information out there, but it's up to people. It's up to the people to keep up, because these things are happening so rapidly right now that we can't look back. It's not that we don't want to. It's that we can't, because there's so much information, so much studying, so much to happen that we're going to touch on it and we're going to keep it moving. And it's up, and people want to fuss and fight and argue, then that's your business. But as you're wasting time doing that, we're moving on to the next level of raising our vibration. So that's why we're called a step ahead of the sun. The master teacher said he is guiding all true initiates step by step out of the sun. And it's
Can you please fix Bob a picture?
oh, he
Because
already
we
talked. I already talked to him. I already
We
talked to him
are.
about
We
it.
are.
I
That's
talked
it.
to him.
Okay,
I
good.
talked to him about it before we got on. I said
Yeah.
I said
She's
she's not gonna be happy.
confused.
Get that changed. So he's gonna have that changed by the time we do the next one. All right.
Okay, good.
All
Yay.
right. Yay.
All
right.
right, brothers.
All right. Why do?
Okay,
Wadu.
Wadu.
All right.
Wadu.
Later, y'all.
All right,
Right.
Wadu.